Hello, peoples. So, I have finished the 358 over 2 days manga now. If you're wondering why I'm not reading the Majora's Mask manga next, kind of want to read the Ocarina of Time manga first. So that'll come after I finish reading Ocarina of Time. So this book then. So it's time to start something because I don't really have much else of an intro. So there are actually 7 chapters. As you can see, there are 7 chapters this time, so this is gonna be a bit longer. So chapter 1. Roxas and Axel are sitting on Twilight Town Clock Tower on day 2.5, 255. Then it cuts back to day 7, where it's mostly just an introduction to the rest of the organization, yada 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 stuff. And then you meet Shion, the 14th member of Organization 13. Then Roxas goes on his first mission with Axel. Axel decides to take Roxas to the top of the clock tower to eat ice cream, sea salt ice cream. And then talk about what the reason why they're doing the missions and stuff. And then chapter 2. Basically talk more about what the goal is. They have some more scenes of Roxas going on missions with other people. When he goes on another mission with Axel, he starts learning more about what friends are, because their plot point is that they're basically people who don't really have emotions and stuff. They go to ice cream again. Then Axel basically goes on what he describes as a business trip to Castle Oblivion, which is spoilers mostly, which I'm not going to talk about that because it's mostly spoilers for Chain of Memories, which is another manga I'll get to eventually. Start reading it or get a copy of it. And chapter 2. Chapter 3. Everyone who's sent off to Castle Oblivion is there now. Roxas goes on a mission with Shion. Then he pretty much just goes to eat ice cream by himself for now. And then Roxas goes on another mission with Shion. They actually start talking to each other, I guess. Then they are going on another mission. They fight a dark side. Shion gets to use her Keyblade. Roxas decides to take her to eat ice cream. Key and Axel do. We figure out that apparently most of the organization members there were terminated. And not fired, terminated. We get a scene of Axel still being alive. And chapter 4. Chapter 3, frickin' end of chapter 3. Chapter 4, Shion is on a mission and stuff. Shion and Roxas are both on separate missions. Roxas starts basically getting hurt and stuff. Well, in his mind, kind of. It's weird. I really wish I could have reviewed KH1 and Chain of Memories before this, but this is the only volume I was able to find. So Roxas falls asleep into basically a coma, and now Shion's just doing missions on her own. Shion is tending to Roxas while he's asleep, kind of. Roxas is still asleep for a few days. Shion just continues to go on missions and stuff. Roxas gets visions of... Wait, hold on a second. Did I skip over chapter 5? Oh. I skipped over announcing that chapter 5 was nearly over. Yeah, chapter 5 ends when Roxas is first shown to be in a coma. That was chapter 5. what I just explained. Chapter 6, Roxas finally wakes up. He decides to go out for a mission. Or ice cream, I guess, I don't know. She meets up with Shion again, and they talk for a bit. Roxas gets a vision of another girl that would make this one all make much more sense if I had reviewed the other mangas before this, but this was the only one I could find. It really doesn't work when you have not read the rest of the volumes. I have played the games, so I know what's happening, but I definitely don't know how to explain all of this without giving spoilers. Or at least the stuff about that you usually see explained in the rest of the manga, so we'll just skip over that stuff for now. Axel comes back and saves Roxas, and while he's on his mission, they go eat ice cream together. And Axel has another conversation with Sayax, which is more Chain of Memory spoilers. So Axel and Roxas find Shion doing her own mission. They basically save her, I guess. End of chapter 6. Chapter 7. Roxas and Shion basically. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Oh no, wait. The saving Shion thing comes in this chapter. And what happened before was Shion not being able to use the Keyblade, which is this thing you see right here. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so Axel and Roxas meet up in Twilight Town. So yeah, chapter 7, Roxas and Axel meet up in Twilight Town again. Usual spot. Then they save Shion and stuff, and then she talks about not being able to use the Keyblade thing. Then Roxas decides to go on missions, try to find a way to go on missions with her, and now they have to do basically double the work so we can cover her quota. And that is chapter 1 summarized barely. Volume 1 summarized barely. Jeez. There's also a special little bonus chapter at the end here, but number 1, I don't really spoil bonus chapters, and number 2, it's hilarious. So, what did I think of this? It was freaking great. Number 1, the artwork is absolutely fantastic. I love how this looks. See, I love the art style, and there are just so many meme faces, or at least meme-able faces. There's like a bunch of them, especially Vexen. He has a lot. In basically every scene he's in. Number 2, I thought the writing was great for some of the organization characters that we don't get to see, like Lexius. Lexius was good, really good at this. I really love what they did with some of the characters, how they wrote some of the characters in here, which really makes me want to read that Chain of Memories manga now, considering how most of the characters that I liked in here are in there, mostly so. Yeah, writing was great, artwork is great, and also this thing is freaking funny. The artwork is great. The artwork is definitely a part of it with all the memeable faces and stuff, but the actual jokes are also really, really funny as well. So yeah, that's another good thing. And one thing is, this is more about the publishing company, how they do it. But let's go to one of the first pages here. So as you can see right here, the pages are obviously not directly on the spine. There's obviously some white space to give the manga, to make sure the manga panels don't get caught in the spine, so you can still read the words. That is something that has definitely happened with these 2 volumes before that I didn't mention. Like, hold on a second, I have an example here. Yeah, freaking this specific speech bubble just gets lost in the spine to the point where you can barely even read it. And there are a bunch of other examples, but that's the only one I can really remember off the top of my head. So yeah, that's one thing that this manga does not have, probably because of Yem Press. It's Yem Press instead of Viz. So yeah, that's another good thing about this. But yeah, this was just really, really good all around. It's definitely something I really want to check out more of. Did the characters justice. Writing was funny and great. The artwork is fantastic, and there are some really great scenes in here. I'm not trying to spoil any specific scenes, so I'm not doing that. So go read this for yourself if you want to see the particularly funny or good scenes, because I'm not here to tell you everything that happens in it. I'm just here to give my quick thoughts. Yeah, freaking love this. Would absolutely want to read more. This is after I just stopped recording the first thing. Really, just a couple seconds ago. I forgot to mention that my next review will be of this, the Dragon Quest Adventure Die manga. It's going to be a multiple part because of there's 15 freaking chapters in this thing, and as you can see, it is very, very big. There's over 300 pages of this thing, so yeah, I'm gonna split that into multiple parts. I'll do the first 2 parts of one video, then I'll do the next 3 specific tales, the next 3 specific tales, and then the last 4 tales as their own video. So that's how I'm gonna handle this. The bigger manga books, I'll divide them into multiple parts, because that's way too much for me to summarize in one freaking video that I'm not trying to do too much in. So if you're interested in seeing that, definitely do stick around. Back to regular Isaac for the outro. Goodbye. That's really all I have to say, so goodbye, and I'll see you in whatever video I decide to make next. See you later.